Hey everybody, today we're working on a Cub Cadet self-propelled push mower. I don't know a whole lot about these. This is the first one I've ever worked on. I don't know who produces this engine for them. I cannot find any identifying markers. If anybody watching this knows who produces this engine, drop it down in the comments. It's missing its air cleaner here. I can get it to start on starting fluid, but it does not continue to stay running. It'll bark off and then die. It has fuel in the tank. It doesn't smell awful. I'm going to drain the tank on it and probably pull the bowl off the carburetor and see what it looks like. It does have a bent blade, so I'm going to have to deal with that. The owner just wants me to get it running and mowing again, so I'm not going to get too entirely deep into it if we don't have to. I do know this mower has been sitting for at least 2 years, maybe longer. I'm not sure. The first thing I'm going to do is drain the fuel and pull the float bowl off the carb and see what the condition of everything is. Okay, these are 10 millimeter. Okay, I'm going to pinch this fuel line off back here. Got a little container here to see what we've got in the fuel bowl, or the fuel tank, I mean. It's dry. That's odd. But nothing's coming out. There's fuel in the tank. Well, that might be part of the problem. Let's see. Okay, we moved around here to the basement where my air compressor is. And I'm going to try to back flush this. For some reason the gas don't want to come out. There, we've got some dribbles. I know it's got fuel in it. Quite a bit, actually. I'll maybe pressurize this tank. Okay, gonna pressurize this tank a little bit. See what comes out. Alright, that's everything that I was able to get out of it. It's yellow. Definitely some older fuel. I'm going to put some fresh gas in it and see if it'll flush through. Alright, I'm going to pop this fuel bowl off here. We were getting a fuel trickle. Sorry for the screaming kids. My neighbors are having a party. I've got the fuel line pinched off to the tank. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, there was no way this carburetor was going to work. Well, I'm going to have to go ahead and, I guess, disassemble everything and see what I can do with this. Yeah, that's full of garbage. Alright, first thing I'm going to do here, since this is so bad, I've got some evapor rust. I'll soak that in that. Set that over to the side. There's a pin. That is really stuck. There we go. That's the end of that needle. It's a brass seat, so that's good. If I have a screwdriver, that'll get down in there. I think I'm going to try soaking it first before I really screw this carburetor up. I'm sure that needle's plugged, so that main set's plugged up. Alright, we'll let that sit. Alright, this here's been soaking for a while. Definitely cleaned quite a bit of it up. Take a wire brush here. I'll work it around in there. pull that out. I have to give all this a good rinse. Never heard of that brand before. That cleaned up pretty decent. Little deformity there. Not sure if this is gonna still seal. We're gonna try it. I don't have a kit for this. Alright, I rinsed everything off with water. Still got a piece of that cobweb down in there on that screw head. Not that that would hurt anything right there, but alright. Alright, we got this all rinsed out. Let's see if this has anything going through it or if I need to wire that out. This can's about empty. I don't know if it's going through or not. Yeah, it's going through. Alright. Alright. There's still a little bit of crud on this needle here. I'm just going to ever so lightly try to stay off that rubber tip with this wire brush. Seems like it's still kind of getting stuck. Yeah, there's some junk I can see. Alright, what I found is a drill bit that fits pretty snugly in that hole. I'm not pushing down, I'm just kind of scraping the sides with it. Oh yeah, that seems like that's quite a bit better. See if I can't clean on this needle a little better. Take that all off. Oh, it's bent. Look at that. Must have bent it when I pulled it out. Let's see if I can't straighten it out a little here. When I get that, it's better. I don't want to bend on it too much, wind up breaking it. Better. Okay, we got our needle and our spring back on. Stick that back down in there. Put our, what did I do with it? There it is, our pin. Put our pin back in. Sometimes these are knurled on one side or the other, and they'll only go in one way. Okay. Alright, it took some messing with it. I finally got that bolt gasket to lay down in there all the way flush. I don't know how good it's going to seal. Okay. I've got these two nuts on here just holding it on. I have to take them back off, put the center cleaner on, but I'm just running it like this right now, just to see how this carburetor performs. I might end up replacing this fuel line. I don't know yet. I'm going to let it sit like that for a minute so this bowl can fill up on this carburetor, and we'll see if it floods out. I'm not sure if that needle and seat is going to work out for us. Honestly, it needs a new one, but we're just trying to see if this thing will run. Alright, well, I got it to start, and it would die, and then it wouldn't restart unless it sit, and it would die, and we're back to just dripping fuel. I got to looking at this, and here's the funny thing about it. Is I can take that hose off and look at it. Now, never mind that pink color. I did add a little ATF to the fuel to lubricate the valve train and stuff in case they were kind of rusty. So this line here is plugged up. I'm going to see if I can clear it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to replace the line. Okay, I was unable to clear whatever's in here out. It may be collapsed inside, and that's the problem. I'm going to route in this piece of fuel line I had on hand. I transferred over the clip and stuff. Okay. I never was a fan of these type of clamps. Shove that on there a little more. Okay. It has this hook here. Alright, I wasn't able to get this cleared out. This is plugged up. It may be collapsed inside, or there's some sort of debris. It feels like something's hard right here in the middle, like something's stuck in it. Not sure, couldn't get it out. I had fuel line on hand. I cut a new piece to length, transferred the little clips over, and then the fuel line clamps. So I'm gonna put gas back in it and see what it does. All right, filled it up with gas. Give it a little shot of starting fluid there to help it out. Make sure it's gonna pull fuel. Hit it with another little shot. Let's see if that changes. dried instantly. I wonder if our needle is stuck in the bowl. That was a worry. Sometimes tapping on them will get them to free up. Take this screw out and see if any fuel's coming through. Oh yeah, we got fuel. There is some water in it. I might drain the system again and see if anything gets better after we get it running. Give it another little sniff. It does not like to run, does it? Nothing but starting fluid for this. Alright, I pinched off our fuel line. I'm gonna pop this carb off here one last time and make sure that main jet didn't suck something up and get plugged up. I wouldn't be surprised by it. There might have been some junk in the tank. Maybe some of that junk that was in that fuel line wound up in it. I didn't see anything coming out of it while I was trying to clear it, but that doesn't mean anything. It goes this way sometimes. It's definitely not getting enough fuel. Okay, I took it back apart. Took a piece of wire. Been running it in and out like that, trying to break anything up that might be in there. I can't get two strands in it at the same time. Well, that could mean two things. Either the hole itself is not big enough anyway, or there's dirt in there that's not letting it go in. It seems like it wants to start, but it doesn't keep going. I did try to take the main jet out. It won't come out. I stripped the head of it off. Couldn't be helped. When they get that corroded inside, there's no guarantee it's going to come out. You got two dissimilar metals. They react with one another. They get stuck. I'm going to stick it back together the way it is and try it one last time. I'll put the air cleaner, well, the back side of the air cleaner back on. Alright, I'm going back together with it. I do want to mention though, for anybody else that's working on one of these, this air vane goes on the back side of the choke. That way when the engine is at stop, it closes the choke. When the engine revs up, the air vane pushes that to open the choke. So this is how this is supposed to be. Alright, gave it another spritz of starting fluid. Okay, it's the next day. Since we don't have the right air filter or the air filter lid, I had this used air filter. It's out of a Kawasaki engine. I cut it down, trimmed it up, and made it to where it'll fit in the little slot, and then zip tied it in. It's not ideal, but it will help it keep from sucking dirt and stuff up unless we can get a new cover and the proper air filter. This is better than nothing at all. Where it was surging, a lot of times these engines don't like to run without their air filter or their lid. So I thought I would try this and see if it helps the engine smooth out. Sometimes when there's no air filter, there's not enough vacuum inside the carburetor to pull fuel. So there's no adjustment screws on these carburetors either to allow more fuel. So it's a cold start this morning. We'll see how it does. Alright, I already straightened and sharpened the blade on this. This end of it here, you can see my marks there where I was pulling with on a wrench. It was twisted down like this, and I just heated this area up and bent it back. It's not 100% perfect, but it'll cut grass. At least see how well the mower does and stuff. Might need to put a blade on it later. Sharpened it up. I'm going to go ahead and install it on the mower. Okay, reinstalling the blade. If you're ever getting confused on how the blade goes on, the lift needs to be up. Kind of works like a fan pulling the grass up. Cutting edge needs to be pointed down. That all lined up. Get her bolt started here. Line up right there. Alright, turned out pretty good. Mowed the backyard, well, mowed my back weeds with it. I'm going to return this to the owner. I'm sure they'll be happy to see this up and running again. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good day.